horn. Shabbat. State your registry.
Shahwan, Ban, Aparian, Ban, Yasharala.
Shahwan, Aparian, and Yasharala.
Right. Yahweh Hashem Yeroshai Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yeroshai Barakatah. Yayan, which is wine.
Yasharala, which means to Israel.
Shapar, which is horn. I imagine him in the room. So Punya Akadum, which means rise, turn, and face the east. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shema Shemayim.
Shema Shemayim.
Kadash Hayah.
Kadash Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakutka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratiza.
Baratiza.
Hawa.
Hawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Hashemayim.
Hashemayim.
Nathanuno.
Nathanael.
Bakam.
Bakam.
Kaliwan.
Kaliwan.
Wasalakno.
Wasalakno.
Hawathno.
Kawak.
Kasalakno.
Kasalakno.
Hawathno.
Kawak.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabiyano.
Tabiyano.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashanu.
Hawashanu.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'al.
Waha'al.
Wahata Parah.
Wahata Parah.
Iwalumyum.
Iwalumyum.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
daily bread.
Forgive us our debts
Forgive us our
as
debts
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And lead
debtors.
us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
The prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yeroshai,
Baba Shah,
Baba Kashah,
Nathanael,
Nathanael,
Hakak,
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 Narpa'ah,
Arpa'ah,
Kama Ka'ala,
Kamakawa,
Wakama
Wakamarawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Matahar,
Amatajariah,
Matazariah,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lakwayam,
Akoyam,
Amathi,
Amathi,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Hatam Allah,
Atama'al,
Agarashun,
Agarashun,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yeroshai,
Wada Aman.
the water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power.
please give us the
The
power,
power to heal.
power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness,
All manner of disease.
all manner of
The
disease,
power to cleanse the leper.
power to cleanse the
The
lepers,
power to raise the dead.
power to raise the
The
dead,
power against unclean spirits.
power against unclean
To
spirits,
cast them out.
cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah ayunya.
Asha'ah Yanya,
Al-Hahari.
Al-Harari,
Ma'ayan.
Ayan,
Yaba'ah Isaiah.
Yava'ah Isaiah,
Isaiah Ma'ayim Yahweh.
Isaiah Mayam Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shemayim Wa'aratiza.
Shemayim Wa'aratiza,
Aliyathan.
Aliyathan,
Number what?
Amawat,
Regalka.
God,
Aliyanawum.
Aliyanawam,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Hana.
Anah,
The Ayanawum.
Ayanawam,
Well, Ayashun.
Wala'aya Shon,
Shawmar Yasha'al.
Shawamar Yashar,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamar,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazalka,
Aliyah.
Aliyah,
Yamyunka.
Yamyanka,
Yawamum.
Yawamam,
Hashemash.
Shamash,
The Ayakaka.
Wala'aya Kaka,
Wayarak Balayla.
Wayarai Walai,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Bakal Ra.
Bakal Ra.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Aknapashka.
Napashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazahaka.
Tazahaka.
Wabu'aka.
Wabu'aka.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'aida Ulum.
I will love.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Adamayalika,
Al-Damalaka,
Al-Karash,
Al-Karash,
Wa'alta Shakwat,
Al-Shakwat,
Allah,
Allah,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awiyabika,
Awabika,
Yahami One,
Yahama Yawan,
Wamashanayika,
Wamashanayika,
Yashawa,
Ashal,
Rash,
Rash,
Alaimika,
Alaimika,
Ya'irayamu,
Yarayamu,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Waythayai
Waythayai Tazawah,
Altazabawanika,
Altazapawana,
Amaru,
Amara,
Akawa,
Akawa,
Wanakakira,
Wanakakira,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Zakar,
Shem Yashal,
Shem Yashal,
Aiwa,
Awad,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawai Tazwa,
Nawai Tazawah,
Labiakadu,
Labikadu,
Aliyaka,
Aliyah,
Baryat,
Arya,
Yakarath,
Yakarath,
Ahali,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashmalu,
Yashmai,
Mawa'ab,
Mawa'ab,
Wahagari,
Wahagari,
Wabal,
Wabal,
Wa'aimuan,
Wa'aimuan,
Wa'aimulat,
Wa'aimulat,
Tashat,
Tashat,
Ayeshabia,
Amishab,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawat,
Nalawat,
Imam,
Imam,
Ayawat,
Ayawat,
Zarawat,
Zarawat,
Bunulawat,
Bunulawat,
Salat,
Salat,
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadi,
Kamadi,
Kasayasura,
Kasayah Sarah,
Kayami,
Kayami,
Manakal,
Manakal,
Bayashwa,
Bayashwa,
Nashimadu, Bayandar,
Bayandar,
Ayawat,
Ayawat,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladama,
Ladama,
Shaythumwa,
Shaythumwa,
Nadiyabu,
Nadiyabu,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Kazabak, Kazahab,
Wakazahaba,
Kazabak,
Wakazabak,
Kazalmana,
Wakazalmana,
Kabasay Kamwa,
Kalisay Kamwa,
Mashar,
Ashar,
Amaru,
Amaru,
Nerashah,
Nerashah,
Anawa,
Anawa,
Ah, Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahayad,
Alahayad,
Shaythumwa,
Shaythumwa,
Kagagu,
Kagagu,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Kapanyurka,
Panyarakwa,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Ba'iri Ira,
Ira,
Kalahaba,
Wakalaba,
Dalahat,
Dalahat,
Ari,
Aryam,
Kantaradab,
Kantaradab,
Basairika,
Basar,
Wabasopaka,
Babasalapath,
Nabahalam,
Bahalam,
Mala'ah,
Malaha,
Panyah,
Panya,
Pawan,
Pawan,
Wabakwashwa,
Wabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wabahal,
Wabahal,
Ajai,
Ajai,
Wayakapar,
Wayakapar,
Wayabadu,
Wayabad,
Wayadawa,
Wayadawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Aliwa,
Iowa,
Al-Kaharataza.
Al-Kaharataza.
In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power.
Be not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace.
O not thy
And
peace.
be not still, O my power.
Be not still, O my power.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
Thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said, Come,
They have said, Come,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
The sword also is joined with them.
The sword also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto
as
them,
unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
to Jabin,
the brook of
the
Kison,
brook of Kisa,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make the nobles like a red,
and like Zehed.
like Zahad,
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes is Zabah,
all the princes of Baal,
and as Zalmunna,
and as
who
Almunna
said,
said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High in possession,
The house of the Most High possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make him like a wheel.
Make him like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the
As
wind.
the fire burns the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid of thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shade.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
are the Most High over all the earth.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh.
Barak atah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa me'aka'al.
Wa Yahweh.
Wa alahayim.
Wa Lahayim.
Ma tazaviyah.
Tazaviyah.
Alawak Yahan.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawaki.
Alawak Yahana.
Asaruni.
Asaruni.
Pataziyani.
Pataziyani.
Akayali.
Akayayali.
Wahakawati.
Akawayah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Amen.
Water Amen.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Blessed be Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Mike.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Generals.
Generals.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The sisters.
Sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The Isupk curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And
earth.
all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
Speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
In the school.
In the schools.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose
And shake
the
loose
treasure
the
of the
treasure
rich of Israel.
of the rich of
That
Israel.
refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
The nations.
The nations.
And their drug dealers.
The drug dealers.
Court system.
Court
The
system.
prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
The Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
The cable access channel.
The cable access
And
channel.
the radio channel.
The radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Any of thy people.
Of any of that people.
That seek to stop us.
Seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
Bring swift destruction.
To all the heathen that stand in the way.
To all the heathen that stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Try to stop
From
us.
broadcasting your words.
From broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plague.
Release all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the
And
earth.
consume them.
Consume
Let
them.
the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Like Yahweh Shai.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathen.
Punish all the heathen
That come up against us.
come up against
As we
us.
speak thy word.
To speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
It is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at that coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Star face the front. Yeshavim. We're right back here in the Sabbath service. This essential part of our week, part of our culture, as we go through these ceremonies and pray to the Most High in our ancient tongue and read these scriptures from the ancient tongue and break them down. We've been in the early chapters of Genesis, and we're learning these stories in a whole new light, these foundational stories that you have to understand how everything came to be. Right now, we're still following Jacob traveling, and now the 12, his children, the progenitors of the 12 tribes, are now grown, but they're still living in the midst of heathens. And so last week, we left off at verse 7. And so we're going to pick this up in the Hebrew. And go ahead.
Khan. Genesis chapter 34, verse 7.
There's a pen over there to be passed to you. It's not. Don't worry about it.
Wabanya, Yaquab, Bawa, Man, Hashadah, Kashamayim.
So right off the bat, Wabunya Yaquab, we're talking about the sons of Jacob. Wabunya means, of course, and the sons. This is the beauty of tying in, having the Sabbath service and the Hebrew class back to back. Because if you're paying attention, if you're dialed in, you're starting to recognize words, you're starting to recognize sentence structure, it's starting to become a language. Keep going.
Khan. Hashadah, Kashamayim, Wayathai Tazabwa, Anash Yam, Wayakar, Laham, Ma'ad, Kaya, Nabalah, Aisha, Bayasharal.
That's Israel. In Israel. He committed an outrage in Israel. But Allah Aisha, Bayasha'ala. That Aisha is another common word. It means the work. It means somebody did something. There was an outrage by Yasha'ala in Israel. Keep going.
Bayasharala. Lashakab. Ath. Bath, Yaquab, Wakan, La'ah.
La Shakab, these are all words we talked about last night. La Shakab. Shakab is to lie down with. In the Hebrew, that's literal and figurative. Just like we understand it when you read it in the English. That could be literally just lying down, but in this context, it's talking about having sex. Because this heathen came and grabbed up our sister Dinah and violated her, and now we're gonna see in this chapter that that comes with consequences. Keep going.
Khan. Ya'isha. Verse 8. Wayadabar. Kamawar, Atham, La Amar, Shakam, Banya, Kashakwa, Napashwa, Babathkam, Tanwa, Na'ah, Atha, Lawa, La'asha. Verse 9.
And we're going to stress this. I love stressing this because when you read the Hebrew, so many of your Christian doctrines get disintegrated just from reading the Hebrew. Every time somebody talks about a wife, it's the word Asha, which just means woman. There's no distinction. All right? For the millionth time, we're trying to get it through your thick heads. There's no side hoes in the Bible. There's no girlfriends in the Bible. There's no dating in the Bible. All right, if you lie down with a woman, if you shakab with a woman, then she is your woman. She is your wife. That's our culture. It's that simple. And that saves so much misery if we follow that. It saves so much of the nonsense. Do you know how much people go through just because they can't figure out what type of relationship they're supposed to be in? Keep going.
Khan. Waha the Kath Nawa. Ath Nawa. Banath Yakam. The Thanwa. Lanawa, Wa'ath, Banath Ya Nawa, the Kwakwa, Lakam. Verse 10. Wa'ath Nawa, Dashabwa, Wa Ha'arataza, Daya, Lapan Yakam, Shabwa, Wasakar Wa, Waha Kazawa, Ba'ah. Verse 11. Waya Amar, Shakam, Al, Abaya, Wa'al, Akya, Amatazah, Khan, Ba'ayan Yakam, Wa Ashar, Da Amarwa, Alya, Athan. Verse 12. Arabwa, Alya, Ma'ad, Mahar, Wamathan, Wa'athna'ah, Ka'ashar, the Amarwa, Alya, Wathanwa, Layah, Ath, Hana'ir, La Asha. Verse 13. Waya'anwa, Banya, Ya'aikwab, Ath, Shakam, Wa'ath, Kamawar, Abyawah, Bamar Ma'ah, Wayadabarwa, Ashar, Tama'ah, Ath, Dayana'ah, Akatham.
Back to the English from verse 7.
Genesis chapter 34, verse 7. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had brought folly in Israel, and laying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
We were talking about this last night in the Hebrew class. They were grieved. I can't imagine. Thankfully, I can't imagine how it feels to be just chilling in the field and get word that your sister's been raped and violated. That your sister's been violated. I can't imagine how that would feel. So they were grieved, and then they were wroth. They were sad that this thing happened, and then they was angry. They wanted to do something about it. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him her to wife.
And now this guy wants to be sweet to her. Now this guy is saying he's in love with her. Get out of here. Keep going.
Verse 9. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you.
So apparently, just grabbing up your daughter and violating her, that's the way to make a peace treaty now? Keep going.
Verse 10. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. Verse 11.
You can't smooth this one out. Keep going.
And Shechem said unto her father and and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Verse 12. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife.
Now, there's no amount that you can pay up to make that right. Keep going.
Con. Verse 13. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor, his father, deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah, their sister.
So they answered deceitfully, meaning they're plotting. They're plotting. So they're going to tell them what they need to tell them for the moment. We're going to find out what happens. But first, we're going to go back to the Hebrew. We're going to take a couple of these. So Genesis 34 and verse 14. Wayamarwa, Aliyahum La'ah, Nokal, La'ishwath Hadabar, Hazal, Lathach, Ath, Achafnoah, La'ayash, Shashar, Lawa, Arula, Kaya, Harpa, Hawa'ah, Lunwa, verse 15, Agbazath, Nawath, Lakum, Dahaywa, Kamunwa, Lahamal, Lakum, Kal, Zakar, verse 16, Wanathunwa, Ath, Benathionoa, Lakum, Wa'ath, Benathikum, Naquach, Lanwa, Wayashabnua, Athkum, Wahayayanwa, La'im Achad, verse 17, La'im La'ah, Lashemaiwa, Alianoa, Lahamawal, Walaquaknoa, Ath Bunawa, Bathnoa, Wahalakunwa, verse 18, Wayatabwa, Dabaryahum, Ba'ayanya, Hamawar, Waba'ayanya, Shakam Bun Hamawar, verse 19, Wala'ah, Akar, Hanair, La'ishawath, Hadabar, Kaya, Hapatza, Babath, Ya'ikwab, Wahawa'ah, Nakabad, Makal, Bayath, Abua, verse 20, Wayabah, Hamawar, Washakam, Bunwa, Al Sha'ir, Ayarum, Wayadabarwa, Al Anashia, Ayarum, La'amar, verse, back to the English, verse 14.
Genesis chapter 14, Genesis chapter 34, verse 14. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us.
So now again, they're plotting a little bit. They're telling them what they need to hear. They said, okay, well, all that, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. We'll do that, but we can't give it to you. We can't give it to somebody that's uncircumcised. It's not in our culture. Keep going.
Verse 15. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised.
So hold on. If all of y'all get circumcised, go on.
Verse 16. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people.
That happy little fantasy you were talking about, well, yeah, we can get with that. Just get circumcised and then we'll all be cool. Keep going.
Verse 17. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. Verse 18. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son.
Because they knew what they was doing. They saw how in love this Hamite was with Dinah, and they said, well, okay, if y'all do this, we'll get with it. But if you don't do this, we're just gonna have to take her dip. So they knew what was gonna happen. Keep going.
Verse 19. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father.
So he didn't wait. He got right in there. He didn't wait at all. He said, yeah, I'm down. Let's do this. Keep going.
Verse 20. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying,
back to the Hebrew. I'll run through this one. Verse 21, chapter 34, verse 21. Ha-nashim ha-Allah shalomyim hum athnawa wa-yeshabwa wa-arataza wa-yesakharwa atha wa-harataza anah rakabath yadim Lapunyam, Asbanathum, Nequach, Lanua, Lanashim, Waath, Banathinoa, Nathan Laham. Verse 22. Ak Bazath, Yaathwa, Lanua, Ha'anashim, Lashabath, Athnawa, Lahayawath, La'aim, Achad, Bahamawal, Lanawa, Kal Zakar, Kashar, Hum, Namalia. Verse 23, Aquanum, Waquanyanyum, Wakal, Bahamathum, Halawa'ah, Lanwa, Hum Ak, Nawatha Lahum, Wayashabwa Athnawa. Verse 23, Wayashemaiwa al Hamawar, wa al Shechem, Manwa Kal Yataza'aya, Sha'ir, Ayarwa, Wayamalwa, Kal Zakar, Kal Yataza'aya, Sha'ir, Ayarwa. Verse 25, Wayahaya, Bayawam, Hashalashya, Bahayawatham, Ka'abium, Wayakwakwa, Shanya, Banya Yaikwab, Shemaiwan, Waloya, Akhya Diana, Ayash, Harabwa, Wayabawa, Isle Ha'ayar, Matach, Wayaharagwa, Kal Zakar. Verse 26, Wa'ath Hamawar, Wa'ath Shechem, Bunwa, Haragwa, Lapya Harab, Wayakwakwa, Ath Diana, Mabiyath, Shechem, Wayatazawa. Verse 27, Bunya Yaikwab, Bawa al Hachalalyum, Wayabazwa, Ha'ayar, Shar, Tamawa, Akwathim. And back to the English. Verse 21.
Genesis 34, verse 21. These men are peaceable with us. Therefore, let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters.
Sad, this whole fantasy land where we was all going to come together, and like we talked about yesterday, this is low key what America tries to push. They say, they'll take a little of the culture, they'll mix a little of the cultures, and they just want you to give them your daughters, and you can have some of theirs, and it's going to be one big happy melting pot, but you're really following their culture. But the Most High told us to never do anything like that because we are to never water down our culture, we're to never water down our nation, because that's the only way that you could do this. That's the only way you can have these types of agreements. This is not an agreement that comes from power. This is just be part of us and be like us. That's how we end up where we at right now. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 22. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Verse 23. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours?
Be ours. What they really wanted, they thought that if they gave a little, they could get a lot. Now they're getting a people to be part of their culture. This is not a myth. There's no such thing as, we're just going to dwell with each other peaceably and you're still going to be you and we're still going to be us. They wanted us to just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? To just kind of dissipate into them. Keep going.
Come. Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. Verse 24. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem, his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. Verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore.
When they were sore. Because to my awareness, when you do this as an adult, this is a very painful procedure. And they convinced every man in this city to do it all at once. And now on the third day, this is the ancient time. This is Genesis, the 34th chapter. They didn't have anesthesia. They didn't have, I don't know what you would do today, but whatever you do today to heal, they didn't have it then. They were just sore. They were just lying in bed, mad, upset. They didn't want to do nothing. And right when they were all doing that, when every man in this city was doing that, read.
Come. That two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi.
Simeon and Levi, who've always been right there together. Read.
Come. Dinah's brethren took each man.
Dinah's brethren took each man his sword, because they would not allow this thing to happen to their sister and have it unpunished.
If I may, who is Simeon and Levi of today?
Simeon and Levi today, the progenitors of Simeon, the progenitors of so-called Dominicans, and Levi, the progenitors of so-called Haitians. People that are still next to each other to this day, because everything in these scriptures is spiritual. Go ahead.
Come. Took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males.
And took them all out with their sword while they were laying in bed, sore, not wanting to move, because they were all stupid enough to get circumcised on the same day together. And that's what they got. And some heathen, some Canaanite violated our sister, and the end result was every male in his city got deleted. Moral of the story: stay away from our sisters. Read on.
Come. Verse 26. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out.
You thought she was going to marry Dinah? You cornball heathen. No. They went and slew both of them and took her out of his house. Read.
Come. Verse 27. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister.
They took everything. We're going to come back and see exactly what they took. We're going to go to the Hebrew real quick. I'm going to take this one. Verse 28. Ath Tazanum, Wa'ath, Wa'chorum, Wa'ath, Chamaryahum, Wa'ath Ashar, Ba'ayar, Wa'ath Ashar, Bashadah, Wa'chwakwa. That's a good verse to read back through in the Hebrew, because it lists all the things they took. Their sheep, oxen, donkeys. They took everything in the city. They took everything in the field. L'chwakwa, they took it. Verse 29. Wa'ath kal chayalim, wa'ath kal tapum, wa'ath nashim, shabwa, wa'yabazwa, wa'ath kal ashar, babayath. Verse 30. Wa'yamar yaikwab, al-shemaywan, wa'aloyah, akarathim, afya, lahaba ayashanya, Bayashab, Harataza, Bakanaanya, Wabaparazia, Waanya, Mathia, Masapar, Wana Asapwa, Alia, Wahakawanya, Wanashamadathia, Anya, Nabiathia. Verse 31. Verse 31. Wayamarwa, Hakazwana, Ya'isha, Akwathnoah. Chapter 35 and verse 1. Wayamar al-Hayim al-Yaikwab, Powum, Ilah, Bayath, al-Washab, Shum, Wa'aisha, Shum Mazbah, La'ala, Hanarat, Aliyaka, Babarakaka, Mapunya, Aishwa, Akyaka. Verse 2, Wayamar Yaikwab, Al-Bayathwa, Wa'al Kal Ashar, Aimwa, Hasarwa, Alahaya, Hanakar, Ashar, Bathakakum, Wahataharwa, Wahakalyapwa, Shemalath Yakum. Verse 3, Wanakomah, Wana Ayla, Bayath al Wa Aisha, Shum Mazabach, La'ala, Ha'aina, Athia, Baywum, Tazara'athia, Bayahaya, Aimadia, Badarak, Shar, Halakathia. Back to the English. Verse 28.
Genesis 34, verse 28. They took their sheep and their oxen.
All that. Keep going.
And their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field.
They took everything. Everything. Keep going.
Verse 29. And all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took they captive.
Let's be clear about this. Their wives took they captive. They didn't take them for wives. Some of y'all get real caught up in some of these wartime scriptures. Y'all start fantasizing, I guess, when you hear they took somebody's wife captive. Because a lot of y'all are a bunch of low-key perverts anyway. Y'all start fanning, oh, they took their wives captive. See, we can have heathen women. See, no, they took them captive because they killed all the men. They deleted all the men. So all that's left was the women and children. Well, put them to work. Put them to work. That's it. It's not that deep. They didn't take them for some type of sex slave, y'all. Y'all a bunch of freaks, man. Keep reading.
And spoiled even all that was in the house. Verse 30. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land.
Jacob said, y'all just ran up there and deleted everybody and spoiled the whole city. now everybody all around is going to be looking at me like, this is what happens when you come into a land. Keep going.
Among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I, being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house.
He said, we ain't got enough numbers to have this type of rep. When we pull up to the next city, they're going to say, oh, those are some guys that just ran up and ransacked the last city. We don't want that. This is what you're doing to me. Come on, kids. Go on.
Verse 31. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot?
So we said, what were we supposed to do? Let that happen? We're supposed to let them get away with that? They're talking to their pops now. Come on, pops. We're supposed to just let that happen? Nah, Simeon and Levi took it into their own hands. Keep going.
Verse 35. And God said unto Jacob, chapter 35, verse 1. And God said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make them an altar unto the Most High, that appeared unto thee, when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. Verse 3. And let us arise, and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto the Most High, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went.
All right, so that quickly, we over that. They deleted that whole city, and now the Lord is saying, hit the road and make an altar here, and Jacob's following orders. Was that verse 3?
Sir.
All right, back to the Hebrew. You can go ahead and take this one.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 4. Wayathannawa al Ya'aquab Af Kal Alayah Hanakar Ashar Bayadam Wa'af Hanazamyam Ashar Bazan Yaham Wayatamat Atham Ya'aquab the Kaf Halah Ashar Ain Shakam. Verse 5. Wayasa'ir Wayahayah Kathath Alahayim Ail Ha'aryam Ashar Sabyabath-Yaham Wala'ah Radapawah Akarya Banya Ya'aquab. Verse 36, Salakia, verse 6. Wayaba'ah Ya'aquab Lawaza'ah Ashar Ba'arataza Kana'ain Hawa'ah Bayath Al Hawa'ah Wakal Ha'ain Ashar Aimawah. Verse 7. Wayaban Sham Mazabak Wayakorah Umakwa Wam Al Bayath Al Kayah Sham Nagawa Al Yawah Alahayam Babariak Wah. Mapanya, Akiwa. Verse 8. Wathamath, Dabara, Maya Nakwath, Rabakah, Watakwabar, Mathkath, Labyath, Al, Takath, Baal 1, Wayakwara, Shamwa, Awan, Bakawath. Verse 9. Wayara'ah, Alahayim, Al, Yaiquab, Iwad, Babawah, Padan, Aram, Wayabarak, Athwa. Verse 10. Waya Amar, Lawa, Alahayim, Shamka, Yaiquab, La'ah, Yawakara, Shamka, Iwad, Yaiquab, Kaya, Am, Yasharala.
So this is the Most High changing Jacob's name to Israel. Continue.
Kanawakan, Yaya, Shamka,
So Yasha'Allah Yahya Shemka, Israel shall be your name. Shemka. Keep going.
Kanawakan, Wayakara, Ath, Shamwa, Yasharala,
Wayakara, which is we see this all the time, and he called Wayakara Ashemwa Yasha'Allah. So he called his name Israel. Keep going. Oh, back to English. Verse 4.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 4. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak, which is by Shechem. Verse 5. And they journeyed, and the terror of the Most High was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. Verse 6. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. Verse 7. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there the Most High appeared unto him.
So this is what happens when the Most High is with you. You know, he every time we keep seeing this theme of men of the Lord leaving an area and the people just give them things and show them all types of respect because they understood who the Most High was behind. Keep going.
When he fled from the face of his brother. Verse 8. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak, and the name of it was called Alon Bakuth. Verse 9. And the Most High appeared unto Jacob again, when he came out of Padan Naram, and blessed him. Verse 10. And the Most High said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
So y'all remember it was only a few chapters ago when Jacob wrestled with the angel. and the angel told him that his name was going to become Israel. But this is when the Most High changed his name. Back to the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Come on, God. Genesis chapter 35, verse 11. Wayamar, Lawa, Alahayim, Anya, Al, Shadia.
That one is Allah. Because that's referring to
Allah. Shadia.
that's Allah Shaddai, which, you know, if you spend any time in the Christian church, you're going to hear him say El Shaddai. But this is Allah Shaddai, which means the almighty power. Keep going.
Para'ah. Warabah. Gawaya. Wakwa'al. Gawayam. Ya. Wamaka. Wamalka Yam. Makal Taza Yaka. Yatazawa. Verse 12. Wa'ath. Ha'arataza. Ashar. Nathathanya. La Abraham. Walayai Kwab. Laka. Ath. Nanana. Walazaraika. Akaryaka. Athan. Ath. Ha'arataza. Verse 13. Waya'il. Ma'al Yawah. Alahayim. Bamakwam. Ashar. Dabar. Athwa. Verse 14. Wayatazab. Ya'ikwab. Matazabah. Bamakwawam. Ashar. Dabar. Athwa. Matazabath. Aban. Wayasakah. Al-Ya'ah. Nasakah. Wayatazak. Al-Ya'ah. Shamka. Salakia. Shaman. Verse 15. Wayakwara. Ya'ikwab.
Look, I keep stressing that we gotta be paying close enough attention that we're recognizing some of these very, very common words and phrases. You know, this is an excellent opportunity to pick up more Hebrew, to refine your Hebrew, to just, you know, repetition is key when you're learning the language. And so many verses in the scripture are going to start out by saying Wayakara and then the subject. Of course, the Y is and, the Yah is signifying he, Korah is called. So Wayakara, Yaikwab, Asham, Hamakowam. This is saying, and Jacob called the name of the place. Keep going.
Khan. Ath. Sham. Hamakwawam. Ashar. Dabar. Athwa.
These are all common words in this verse. Ashar is which or where or who. Dabar is to say or to speak. So this is saying the place where, keep going.
Khan. Sham. Alahayim. Bayath. Al.
And that one at the end is Allah as well, because Bayath Allah is the house of the power. If you go out and walk the streets in Brooklyn or wherever, you're going to see a ton of so-called synagogues called Temple Bethel and things like that. That's what this is saying. This is Bayath Allah, the house of the power. Go ahead.
So Bethel as Allah is the same as saying God.
Allah is saying power. It can refer to God. Yeah. Because when we break down that word, that English concept, God doesn't have an equivalent. You know, that's a word that was invented in the English language. It's something that we now associate with the Most High. But the word, the Hebrew word that's translated as God is typically Elohim. It could also be Allah, and it means power. But it can refer to the Most High, it can refer to an angel, it can refer to an earthly power. You got to understand the context. So, of course, here, when Jacob is naming this place Bayath Allah, the house of the Most High, the house of the power, he's referring to God, he's referring to the Most High. So we got to break that concept, that English concept that we all grew up with, down in our minds to the Hebrew concept that comes from our culture. Go ahead. Hopefully that answers your question.
Wayasa Iwa Mabyath Allah.
Ma Bayath Allah. So now they're journeying from. Remember that Ma in the beginning of the word means from. Ma Bayath Allah. Keep going.
Wayahaya Iwad Kabarath Ha'arataza Labawa'ah Aparatha Wathalad Rakal Watakwash Baladath. Verse 17. Wayahaya Bahakwash Shatha Baladatha Watha Amar La'ah Ham Yaldath Allah.
And that whole big word right there, Hamildath, that's based on a simple word that we've been seeing a lot in the scriptures, Yalad. Yalad, which is to beget. And so this word here is for midwife, because what does a midwife do? That's simple. The language is simple when you start recognizing these basic words and being able to break down long words into their roots, the prepositions, the possessives, and break them down. All Hebrew words are built on very basic root words. Keep going.
Al. Daraya. Kaya. Gam. Sa'ah. Laka. Ban.
And back to the English from verse 11.
Genesis 35, verse 11. And the Most High said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty.
Allah Shadia. Keep going.
Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
What a blessing to hear. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land.
This blessing didn't go through Abraham, Isaac, and nothing else but Jacob. Keep going.
Verse 13. And the Most High went up from him in the place where he talked with him. Verse 14. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. Verse 15. And Jacob called the name of the place where the Most High spake with him, Bethel. Verse 16. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. Verse 17. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also.
So this, can you imagine? That's rough. They're still on the road. This is the ancient times. This is not even on the road. Like, this is the ancient times, and they're traveling from city to city. They probably got some camels and things, but like, if something's going on. You just got to deal with it where you at. Thankfully, they had, Jacob was balling, as we've talked about a few times. So they had servants, they had midwives with them and everything. Keep going. Was that verse 17? Yes, back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 18. Wayahaya Bataza'af Napashya Kaya Matha Wathakra'ah Shamwa Ban Awanya.
This is such an interesting phrase in Hebrew. Batazaf Napashat. Her soul was departed. All of our languages, it's beautiful. It makes you forget this. It makes you want to forget this bastardized tongue that we have to speak. This doesn't even feel right saying these English words, but we make the most of it. We put flavor on it because we're the salt of the earth. But our original language is our culture, and don't ever take that for granted, and don't let these sellout Christianized guys that want to call themselves Israelites and don't want to go into the Hebrew. If you follow guys like that, listen, Lord have mercy on you. Keep going.
Wa ab ya wa Quara'a Lawa Ban Yam Yan.
And this was Benjamin. This is a progenitor of the so-called West Indians. This is the son that Rachel bore as she was dying. And that's rough, but it's real. Keep going.
Khan. Wathamath Rakal.
Wathamath Rakal, and Rachel died. Keep going.
Khan. Wathakwabar Badaraka Aparatha Hawa'a Bayath Lakam. Verse 20.
Vayath Bethlehem, which is place of bread, house of bread. Keep going.
Khan. Wayatazab Ya'aikwab Matazaba'ah Isle Quarabatha Hawa'ah Matazabath Quabarath Rakal Ai Hayawam.
Saying that pillar existed as Quabarath Rakal, the grave of Rachel, Id Hayawam, until this day. Well, until the day that this was, written, it was still there. A lot of these markers lasted for hundreds and hundreds of years. Keep going.
Khan. Wayasa'ai. Yasharala. Wayat. Ahala. Mahala'a. Lamagadal. Idar. Verse 22. Wayahaya. Bashakan. Yasharala. Ba'arataza. Ha'awa'a. Wayalaka. Ra'a Waban. Waya Shakab. Af.
There's that word shakab again, which is to lay with. Because we have to be explicit to convey what was going on. Shakab, something unfortunate is going on in this verse. Ra'awaban wa yashakab, and he lay with. Keep going.
Alakan. Balahaha.
Af Balaha, which is Bilhah. And if y'all remember who Bilhah is, and you understand the crazy thing that's going on in this verse. Keep going.
Alakan. Payalagash. Abyuah.
Pilagash, which is a word that some of you stragglers out there calling yourselves Israelites like to cling on to. Pilagash is concubine. And concubine does not mean you can have heathen women either. It seems like every few verses we gotta stop and remind y'all that you cannot have heathen women. But we know what it is. We know you're gonna find something that you can spin around to say, to justify your desire for white women. Yes.
You should just make a note about that, because they're gonna pull a scripture here, and they're gonna pull a scripture with that word that say concubine.
Oh yeah,
Just put
absolutely.
that in your archives, because you will run to a fake Israelite group that will pull a scripture like this.
Oh yeah, they're gonna latch on to that word concubine. They are going to swear up and down that concubine means that you can go chase white women. Listen, if you want to chase white women that bad, just why call yourself an Israelite? You don't have to do that. You can just go out there and chase white women.
That's right.
We want to take our sisters that's out there that's been beaten down by this society and fix them, heal them, lead them, protect them. I don't want to protect some white girl. I don't want to protect some Asian girl. Why? What do we have in common? What does that do for our nation? Listen, again, if you're obsessed with that, if that's your obsession, if that's your fetish, then go get it out of your system. Don't call yourself an Israelite. Don't use the Bible to try and justify it. Keep going.
Khan. Waya Shama'ai. Yasharala.
Wayashema Yasha'ala, and Israel heard about this thing that was going on in this verse. Keep going.
Khan. Waya Hayawah. Banya. Yaikwab. Shanyam. Aishar.
So Wayahayo, which is on that word Hayah, which is to be. Banya Yaikwab, Shanyam Aishar, which is 12. Shanyam Aishar. So at this point, Jacob had 12 sons, verse 23. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 23. Banya. La'ah. Bakawar. Ya'aikwab.
So Banya La'am. Now we're breaking down Jacob's sons into who was the mother, because Jacob had multiple wives, and so we have to break down this list of sons by their mother. Go ahead.
Khan. Rawaban. Washama'ai wan.
Ra'aban, so Reuben, Washamaiwan, and Simeon, keep going.
Waloya.
Waloya and Levi, keep going.
Khan. Wayahawada.
Wayahuda and Judah, go ahead.
Khan. Wayashashakar.
Wayashakar and Issachar, go on.
Khan. Watazaba.
Start over.
Wazaba Walan.
Wazabalawan and Zebulon. Verse 24, keep going. So that was 6 sons that were to Leah. These were Bunya La'ab. The sons of Leah were these 6. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Bunya Rakal.
Bunya Rakal. Now we're talking about Rachel's sons. Go on.
Yawaisa.
Yahusap, which is Joseph.
Waban Yaman.
Well, Benjamin, which is Benjamin. And now we have reached 8 sons, and we're going to run out of time today to break down Jacob's sons by all his different women. We're going to have to continue next week because Jacob had so many sons with so many different women. That's a beautiful thing. And you know what? When you follow an Israelite group that doesn't go into the Hebrew and they tell you that you can only have one wife, maybe that's why they don't go into the Hebrew. Maybe that's why they don't want to know about our ancient culture. Maybe they just want to be good Americans in purple t-shirts. Back to the English. Verse 18.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 18. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Onai, but his father called him Benjamin. Verse 19. And Rachel died and was buried in the way of Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. Verse 20. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave.
Wait, pause for a second. We got to let that sink in. That verse 18. As his wife was dying, she gave the child a name. Now Jacob loved Rachel. We know this. We know that Jacob loved Rachel, but he did not. But as she was dying and she gave the child a name, he still said, "No, that's not your name." He said, "No, that's not your name. Your name's Benjamin," because the father names the child. The father has the final word on everything. And saying no to your wife is not mean. It's not. Go ahead. Sir, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh.
I just scratched my head.
Oh. No, you listen. This society wants to make you so soft that, if your wife wants something, you got to capitulate to it. Otherwise, you're terrible and you're mean and you're a lion. No, you're just a man and it's your decision. That's it. It's that simple. Your job is to make the decisions. Your job is to be the type of man that can make the right decision every time. And that means all the way down to the details of what you name your children. Otherwise, we'd be calling them the tribe of Benoni today. Keep going.
Verse 20. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave. That is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. Verse 21. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edar.
So now you see that transition from verse 20 to verse 21. Now we're calling him Israel. Even though it was in the last chapter where his name was changed, or earlier in this chapter, it was real subtle. From verse 20 to 21, we were calling him Yaquab. Now we're calling him Yasha'al. Keep going.
Verse 22. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine.
And listen, this happened because things happen and they have to be dealt with, and that's why we have a law with real consequences, so that things do not continue to happen. Because in the white man's society, they have no consequences. Consequences come sporadically. They come against who they want them to come against. They come to people who have no money. They don't come as a result of the things that are happening. And that's why degeneracy flourishes in this society. That's why when you go outside this door, you see nothing but prostitution, drug addicts, ratchet sluts, gang banging, violence, everything imaginable. And then that's what's going on in the street. You can imagine what's going on behind closed doors on the 12th floor somewhere. You can only imagine, because there are no real consequences in the society the way that it's set up. Well, our culture has consequences to stop things like this from ever happening, or to stop people from thinking that they can get away with things like this. Read on.
And Israel heard it.
And it was found out, because things like this, nothing stays in the dark. Nothing. I think everybody can relate to that. I think everybody knows some terrible drama that's happened in your life that should, by all means, have stayed concealed, but it couldn't stay concealed. Somebody told on himself, somebody tripped up, because nothing stays in the dark. So Israel heard about it. Keep going.
Now the sons of Jacob were 12.
And so we're going to find out next week the continuation of this story. This story is incredible. This story, there's not a dull moment in this story. And it's a blessing and privilege to be able to sit here and go through the Hebrew and go through these early chapters of Genesis. But we're going to pick this right back up next week at Genesis, the 35th chapter and the 25th. Oh, we still got 2 more verses. Go ahead.
Verse 23. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. Verse 24. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin.
So just so we don't let that disappear, because this was just mentioned real quick in a verse, it is a very, 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 very evil thing to even think to lay down with your father's woman. And that comes back around in the New Testament when Paul has to chastise one of the schools. I forget if it was Corinthians or I forget which one it is. But Paul has to chastise one of the schools for saying that there's such evil. Is it Ephesians? See if you can find that real quick. See if you can search that up. When Paul is saying that there is no, there's such wickedness that hasn't even been imagined among the heathens, that you're exceeding the heathens with your wickedness. That he's saying that he heard that a man laid down with his father's wife, which of course is to make the distinction. He could have said mother, but he said his father's wife. It was not his mother, but it was his father's woman. But to even imagine, to think to lay down with your father's woman is insane. And it's the reason that these crimes in our culture come with the death penalty. It's that simple. It has to be eradicated. Or else you have a society like they have in America, And that was never, ever going to be allowed in our culture. And that's why the scriptures say to separate from America, to separate from this demonic society. That, I module up here. That's how I can find that. Shofar, which means horn. Yeah, young, which means wine.
Ayasharala, which means to Israel.
Shofar, which means horn. I imagine in the room. So, Pliny Hakadam, which means rise, turn, and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Kadash Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakutha, Kaba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayah, Nathunlano, Lakam, Kalyawa, Wasalakano, Kawatno, Kasalakno, Kawatno, Wala'ah, Abiyano, Manasaya one, Ball, Hoshino, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Waha'ala, Wahaka Paraf, Laiwalumu, Amun. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Baba Kashai. Nathunlano. Akak. Arpa'ah. Kalmakala. Bakalmadawa. Akak. Latahar. Tazariah. Akak. Bakuyam. Matthew. Akak. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Larashan. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Wada Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ai Yanya. Al-Harya. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ai Zarya. Isaiah Ma'ayin Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim Waratazah. Aliyathan. Amawat. Regalka. Aliyatawum. Shamarka. Anah. La'ayatawum. Wala'ayashun. Shawamar Yasha'al. Yahweh Shamarka. Yahweh Tazalka. Aliyah. Yom Yomam. Hashemash. La'ayakaka. Wayarak Balayla. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Kalrad. Yashamar. Apnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Haza'aka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'aitha. Wa'ayda Walum. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Adamiyalka,
Al-Hamayah,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Karash,
Al-Tashakwat Allah, Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awiyabika, Yahamiyawan, Wamashanayaka, Nashaw, Ra'ash, Alaimaka, Yairayumwa, Sawab, Waithaya Tazawa, Al Tazabawanyaka, Namaru, Lakawa, Warakakira, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Shum Yasha'al, Iwa, Kaya, Tazawa, Labyakadwa, Aliyaka, Baryak, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wayashamalia, Wa'aba, Wahagari, Gabal, Aimawan, Waimalak, Alashak, Aim Yashabi, Shazawar, Gamashawar, Nawab, Imam, Hayawab, Zarawad, Babayalawat, Salat, Aishalaham, Kamadi, Kasayasara, Kayabi, Manakal, Yashwan, Nashamadu, Mayandar, Hayawab, Daman, Adama, Shed Thumbus, Nadiyabu, Ka'ira, Wakazaab, Wakazaba, Wakatazalmana, Kalmasay Kumu, Shar, Marv, Narashah, Manawa, Af, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahayat, Shed Thumbus, Kagadu, Kakwash, Kafiraka, Ka'ash, Ira, Wakalahab, Kalahat, Hari, Kudradam, Masairaka, Masawapatka, Mahalum, Mala'ah, Punyam, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Bashwa, Wayabahal, Idead, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadu, Wayadiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Abadka, Aliwa, Al-Kahar Rataza. In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O my power.
And be not still, O my power.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate
have lifted up the head.
thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, come,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off.
For being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
There's no more
For
remembrance.
they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarites,
and the Hagarites,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of
The
Tyre.
sword also is joined with them.
So is also joined
They have hope in the children of Lot.
and open the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabez,
which is
the
bad,
brook of Kison,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zeb,
like Zeb,
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes as Sabbath,
All the princes of Sabbath.
and as Zalmunna,
As Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let's take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High in possession.
The house of the Most High possession.
O my power,
O my power.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as the stubble before the wind,
as
Stubble before the
as
wind.
the fire burns the wood,
as
Fire from wood.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the
Flames
flames
set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So
Persecute them with thy tempest.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Make them afraid with thy sword.
Fill their face with shame,
Fill their face with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They may see thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
let them be confounded
Let them be confounded.
and troubled forever.
Troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame.
and perish,
Perish.
that men may know that thou,
So they may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is
thou
Yahweh,
art the Most High
the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Go straight to the curses.
Now should be curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
I said evils and curses.
Say evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the
To
heathen.
speak against us.
Speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Said evils and curses.
Say evils and
And
curses.
punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
To shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure.
The treasure.
The rich of Israel.
The rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to school.
Force their riches enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches into thy sanctuary.
Said evils and curses.
Say evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
The Edomites.
Their nations.
Their
And
nations.
their drug dealers.
And the drug
The
dealers.
court system.
Court
The
system.
prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Comitatus.
The gay movement.
Gay.
The lesbian
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the
And
internet.
the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
Cable access channel.
Cable access
And the
channels.
radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us.
seek to stop
And
us
bring swift destruction
and bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathens
to all the
that
heathens
stand in the way
that stand in the
and
way
try to stop
and
us
try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the
and
earth
consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
And let the plagues shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahushua,
Yeah, the house shot.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying
comes
saucers
down with the flying
and
saucer
punish all the heathens
and punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against
as we
us
speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by
that it
all
is the angels that have done it.
that is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread to the media
Cause it to spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake at thy
In
coming.
the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Star face the print. We're gonna be right back next week in chapter 35 and verse 25. We're gonna give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imadim Shabbat, Imadim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barak, Yajamatah, dismissed.